let's do this, right? Today, I just want you to listen to what the position or the view, or let me say the perspective of Kofi Amoabeng with respect to the closure of his bank. And I mean, people have not taken a close listen to what he said regarding his view and specifically what they were doing with Bank of Ghana before the closure came, right? Just listen, because I'm going to take you to one of his advice for young entrepreneurs. But before I do that, I just want you to take a look at this. Take a look at this. Just listen.
Not according to any process. It's really.
Should there be a laid down process?
Should there be?
Should there be a laid down process?
There must be a laid down process. Have you had a bank being closed down and the signages being broken at 6 a.m. before in any part of the world? Have you? At least you have to be ethically right. Because listen, that action was going to affect the taxpayer. It was going to affect the shareholders. It was going to affect the staff. And I mean, even the other things that we're doing, corporate responsibility and all those things, all these things were going to go away. And one thing that I don't understand is, here's a government that says, I'm coming to create jobs. And you take actions to actually send people home before you create the jobs. I don't get it, because I think the sensible thing is to see how you can contain as much as possible part of what is already created and add to it.
But the unintended consequences would have been far more, disastrous than what we saw.
This is the most disastrous approach they adopted, because we owe the government 800 million. The close down of UT Bank cost this country at least 2.2 billion. Now, we had an investor who says, I want to take over UT, and he actually put down money's token to show that they are interested in it. And the first offer was, we'll pay 400 of the 800, and Bank of Ghana write off the 400. Now, we're even negotiating with them to say that we'll pay the 800, but give us more time to pay the 800, and then we'll take over the bank. The interesting and funny thing is that Bank of Ghana, behind us, wrote to our investor to tell the investor 1 week to the closure that they didn't like their offer. That is not Bank of Ghana's investors. They have no relationship with them. And they did not even copy us. And the investor felt, oh, since he's been written to, we must know. So it's as if some plan was hatched to spring a surprise and to just...
Do you believe that some plan was hatched?
I don't have time to think about those things. I don't beg rights. What has happened has happened. You see, one thing is, this country is more important than UT or any other company. And the country has been given to people to govern. I only hope and pray that whatever action that they take is in the best interest of the people. When I was running UT and building up UT, I had to sack my own brother for the sake of the general good. So I'm not worried about UT going down. It's just the process and probably the motive, suspected motive around it. But hey, the government says, I don't need UT, and Ghana is going to be better off. Hooray, we pray for the government to do what is right.
In one of your earlier interviews after the closure of your bank, I think with KSM, I heard...
Yeah, you're back with me, and I know you took your time to listen to his view on the closure. You can do the analysis yourself, you can have your discussion, that's fine. You can do your own judgment, but let's switch to one of his numerous advice for young entrepreneurs. And I believe that in the context of we building our own business as young entrepreneurs, it's very important that we assume the position and we see ourselves as leaders, leading a team of young minds that want to disrupt the entrepreneurial ecosystem, that want to disrupt market and solve problems. But this is what Kofi Amoabeng said. He said, as a leader, you need to take responsibility for any consequences with regard to any decision you take. I just want you to listen to how you put it. And it is something missing in young entrepreneurs upcoming, young business executives that are running businesses, and we have to take responsibility. Every decision that we make, we take, has consequences, and when those consequences comes, we need to stand up, we need to own up, and take responsibility. And I would love you to listen to this.
It's reported to have said that UT would have survived if management had minimized risk and improved on loan performance. I'm sure that's something you agree with.
It's a general statement. I mean, if a company fails, it's the directors and management. So,
oh, you have no qualms about that at all?
No, I'm the number one person to blame. I mean, for the time I was running the company.
Wow, you take full responsibility.
Of course, you are the leader.
But you're not in active management at the time.
Up to the time when you're talking about 2015, I had run a successful company and we're having problems and I stepped aside. But the problems that happened during my time, of course I was the leader and I have to take responsibility for it. I will tell you one thing. We grew very fast and were the envy of most companies and people because we had a great culture. And the culture was one of openness, of caring for each other, of respecting everybody. And I had to lead that culture. And when the numbers grew, I mean, for example, every year at least once I start with every staff, when we're even 200, every staff member to think about their career development, their family, the job, and so on and so forth. After we acquired the bank, it was humanly impossible to do that. So I delegated to area managers to do it. It's not the same.